This video will introduce you to the parcel known as 10 Rex Court, located in Placerville, California, in an area known as Swansboro. It is located about 12 miles northwest of the town of Placerville. Throughout the video, I will use this parcel map to indicate which corner of the property I am talking about.
The flag on the side of the road, on the outside side of the road, is the property line. That would be referenced as number 1, stake with flag on the corner. From the stake on the side of the road, I'm heading over to the 30-foot marker, which will also indicate that there's a pin in the ground. That'll be reference point 2, stake with flag. The surveyor said that, there's the pin right there under my toe. The surveyor said that there's no record of this pin in the county office, so it's probably something really old, but the actual pin from the last survey site was this one indicated by my foot here. That's reference point 2 on the map. Okay, this is reference point 3. The property line splits the middle of the road. You can see the marker in the middle of the road there, the little pink orange flag, heading towards reference point 3 on the map. Okay, standing at reference point 3, you can see the 30-point in marker. You have to be on the side of that flag, within 30 feet on the other side of that flag. The road can be expandable up to that point. Reference point 1 on the map, looking back at reference point 1 on the map. Videotaping down the center of the road again to reference point 4. Reference point 4 on the map is a pin indicating a corner of the property. It's kind of at the top half of this road. Approaching reference point 4 on the map, which is right there. From where we came from. And reference point 4, the split of the road, a pin sunk there at reference point 4. From reference point 4, you can see reference point 1 off in the distance there. I'm standing relatively close to that property line. It's probably a little bit more over to my right here. So it kind of comes down along the inside of that sugar pine, the tall tree there. I'm going to pan slowly to the right, kind of on the property line here. Videotaping the other side of the property, because as I said, I'm pretty much kind of right on the line. This is a control point. The property line traverses that area. It's so that you can see where the other corner is, which I'm going to pause for a minute. Cross. You can see the orange flags. The property corner is located over there behind that, by that snag. You can see the orange flags. It's right in that area, and I will walk over there and get a closer shot of it. So if you could snap a chalk line, the property line would run in a straight line from that, which will indicate as reference point 5, straight across to, I'm going to make you all sick here, reference point 1, which would be kind of like right on the inside of that tall sugar pine, the big fat one. Okay, I'm going to pause now and show you reverse angles on both of those. That's one angle looking at point 1 on the map, looking at point 5 on the map. From this location, point 4 is over the rise. You can see the younger sugar pine tree here. Point 4 would kind of be over the rise on the other side of that manzanita to point 4. The far corner will be over in that corner where we'll be heading shortly, kind of where that fork in the tree is. Okay, and you can see some other flags marking along the way. So we will be traversing all these areas shortly. Start at reference point 5 on the map. That's all the way across the property. As I film the snag from the videotape, here comes the snag now. A tall tree, that's called a snag, a dead tree. Okay, and then you can see these flags interspersed in the brush, kind of showing you from that control point earlier. I'm going to try and step out where I can get a clearer shot. There is a barbed wire fence on the back side of the property here. Okay, as you can see. And then there's this old tree. It's kind of a club at the top. That also is, the nail is actually driven into that tree, the control point 5, or marked 5 on my map. Back across, you can see the control point that the surveyor left. Property line comes up on the inside of those sugar pines, kind of straight across. So that stake that's on the video there is only a control point so that you can see this corner. The actual property line would be a straight line through this brush to that corner. As you can see, I'm about 10 feet over from the corner because there's this brush here and I can't videotape in that. So kind of a straight line to, in that brush, straight across to the inside of that tall sugar pine tree would be the property line. Okay, the potential house building site is right on the knoll of that hill on the other side of the snag. Another sidebar kind of showing the potential building site up on the knoll of that hill. Kind of like where that pile of branches are. Right up there is where we can build a house. Yeah, not way, it's just right there. It's like about 20 feet from me.
That's a property line?
Yeah. Right. Okay, we're traversing the back of the property now, going to reference point 6 on the map. Here you can see the old barbed wire fence right here. Kind of hard to see, it's rusty, it's old. And we're traversing the back side of the property now. When we're traversing the back side of the property, you can see the old barbed wire fence marks the back side of the property. There's the white tipped fence post with the barbed wire on it. Kind of just panning around. Okay, now we're not looking at our property. The property kind of ends at those green leafy trees. Okay, now it's kind of videotaping on our property. You can see that tall sugar pine tree as a reference point. Here's the reference point 6 on the map. Okay, you can see the stake on the tree there. I'm going to get closer and then videotape and photograph the nail as well. Good reference points is this tree, big tree that's been blasted off at the top. Pipe and the stake that was drawn by the pipe was originally there before. However, you can see the one that our surveyor put with the flags there on the bottom. Okay, and we're going to try and see if we can get some kind of a view back across the other side. Back from that corner, looking across straight to the other side. Okay, we're going to reference that forked tree there, as well as that snag I took a picture of earlier. Okay, so we're on the inside of those green leafy trees, kind of parallel with the sugar pines. Okay, that's reference point 6 on the map, heading back now. This is just a sidebar looking across at the possible building site. Straight across, way over there, in that area. Okay, the property corner would be behind that snag, that nice healthy pine tree. Back to the corner there, you can see the forked tree, like 3 or 4 long branches coming down. The nail is in that corner there. Then as you pan across, where we traversed earlier, going from reference point 5 to reference point 6, you can see the forked tree there that I zoomed in on. The nail is nailed to the bottom of that tree. And then going back across, straight line, would be reference point 4, I believe it is on the map, which was at the top of that cul-de-sac. Right, slowly through the potential building site on the top of this knoll, panning back around to the sugar pine, which is kind of an indication of the first corner that I marked.